Sheep meat is one of the most historically significant foods ever consumed by humans. Long before industrial farming, refrigeration, or global food trade existed, sheep provided reliable nutrition in environments where few animals could survive. Understanding sheep meat is not just about taste or nutrition. It is about understanding how human civilizations were built around animals that offered efficiency, adaptability, and sustenance. At the most basic level, sheep meat refers to meat obtained from sheep at different stages of life. This distinction matters. Lamb comes from young sheep, mutton from older sheep, and the general term sheep meat includes both. Each stage has different characteristics in flavor, texture, and fat composition. Many misunderstandings about sheep meat come from ignoring this fundamental difference. Lamb is tender, mild, and relatively sweet. Mutton is stronger, richer, and more intense. Sheep meat as a category spans this entire spectrum. When people say they dislike sheep meat, they are often reacting to mutton while expecting lamb. This confusion has shaped sheep meat's reputation unfairly in many regions. Taste is the most discussed aspect of sheep meat. It has a distinctive flavor that sets it apart from beef or pork. This flavor comes primarily from its fat composition. Sheep fat contains specific fatty acids that produce a characteristic aroma when cooked. Some describe it as earthy or grassy. Others call it gamey. This is not a defect. It is identity. Texture varies significantly based on age and cut. Lamb is tender and soft, especially when cooked quickly. Older sheep meat is firmer and benefits from slow cooking. Proper technique is everything. Sheep meat rewards patience. Rush it, and it fights back. Respect it, and it melts. Nutritionally, sheep meat is dense and powerful. It is rich in high-quality protein, providing all essential amino acids required for muscle repair, immune defense, and hormone production. Compared to many white meats, sheep meat delivers more micronutrients per gram. Iron content is one of sheep meat's greatest strengths. It contains heme iron, which is more easily absorbed by the human body than plant-based iron. This makes sheep meat especially valuable for preventing anemia and supporting oxygen transport in the blood. For populations with high iron deficiency rates, sheep meat has historically played a critical role. Sheep meat is also rich in vitamin B12. This vitamin is essential for nerve function, cognitive health, and red blood cell production. Deficiency can lead to fatigue, neurological issues, and long-term health problems. Sheep meat delivers B12 in a highly bioavailable form. Zinc is another key nutrient. Zinc supports immune function, wound healing, and hormone regulation. Sheep meat provides significant zinc levels, making it beneficial for overall metabolic health. Fat content in sheep meat is often misunderstood. Yes, sheep meat contains fat, but not all fat is equal. Grass-fed sheep produce meat with a more favorable fatty acid profile, including higher levels of omega-3s compared to grain-fed animals. This fat is part of what makes sheep meat satisfying and nutrient-dense. The fear of fat in sheep meat is largely a modern phenomenon. For most of human history, fat was survival fuel. It provided energy, warmth, and hormonal support. Only in recent decades has fat been framed as the enemy. That narrative is now collapsing as nutritional science evolves. Culturally, sheep meat is foundational. In the Middle East, Central Asia, North Africa, South Asia, and parts of Europe, sheep meat is central to identity, ritual, and celebration. It appears in religious feasts, weddings, and communal meals. It is not everyday filler food. It is meaningful food. Sheep meat's global spread is tied to migration and trade. Nomadic cultures relied on sheep because they were portable, resilient, and multifunctional. Wool, milk, and meat came from the same animal. This efficiency made sheep indispensable. In Mediterranean and Middle Eastern cuisines, sheep meat is often paired with herbs, spices, and slow cooking methods. These traditions evolved not to hide flavor but to harmonize with it. The idea that sheep meat must be masked is a misunderstanding rooted in poor preparation. Comparing sheep meat to beef highlights key differences. Beef is more neutral and widely accepted. Sheep meat is more expressive. Beef fits industrial systems well. Sheep thrive in marginal lands where cattle struggle. This ecological advantage matters. Compared to goat meat, sheep meat is fattier and richer. Goat meat is leaner and slightly sweeter. Both have roles in traditional diets, but sheep meat offers more caloric density and satiety. From a health perspective, sheep meat has been unfairly blamed for modern dietary issues. Overconsumption of processed meats, refined carbohydrates, and sedentary lifestyles are the real culprits. Traditional diets that included sheep meat were often balanced, active, and nutrient-rich. The key is moderation and sourcing. Grass-fed sheep meat consumed as part of a whole food diet is very different from industrial, highly processed meat products. Context matters. Environmentally, sheep occupy a complex position. Poorly managed grazing can damage land. Well-managed grazing can regenerate soil, support biodiversity, and utilize land unsuitable for crops. Sheep are not inherently harmful. Management defines impact. Emotionally, sheep meat carries weight. It represents tradition, continuity, and connection to land. For many cultures, it is comfort food with history embedded in every bite. Modern food culture often chases novelty. Sheep meat does not need novelty. It has survived thousands of years because it works. It nourishes, satisfies, and sustains. Cooking sheep meat well is about understanding the animal. Younger meat needs quick heat. Older meat needs time. Fat needs respect, not fear. Simplicity often wins. In a world obsessed with protein powders and synthetic meat alternatives, sheep meat reminds us that real food already exists. It has complexity, nutrition, and story built in. In summary, sheep meat is not outdated or problematic. It is misunderstood. When sourced responsibly and cooked with knowledge, it remains one of the most complete and culturally rich foods available. Sheep meat fed civilizations long before modern nutrition science existed. The fact that science now confirms many of its benefits is not coincidence. It is proof